Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. In today's lesson, we will be going over Li Ming, who is the definition of a snowball character. She can take a team fight from, it's a little sketchy here, to, oh my god, we just destroyed all of them in about 4 seconds. I will go into a lot of different things as far as her different builds after the fact. I'll probably mostly be focusing on the Calamity build, as that's the build that I personally enjoy playing. She's one of the characters that I personally rose my MMR and my win rate on a little bit after she came out. Just playing her consistently and getting kind of a lot better with her. But I haven't played her that much recently, so let's see if we can still do anything with her. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
This realm needs me.
Alrighty, so we find ourselves in Dragonshire. On the friendly team, we've got Li Ming, Nazeebo, Karazim, Zagara, and Diablo versus Sylvanas, Stitches, Tracer, and Asmodan. And not to forget about Anna, also there rounding them out. So our focus is going to be here trying to get them, get our resets, which is going to be utilizing our trait skill, which is called Critical Mass. So getting a kill or being around a enemy hero dying refunds the cooldown on all of our skills, including our ultimate ability when we get it at level 10. Level 1, we are going to take Power Hungry. This is going to allow our regen globes to give us an additional 100% of the mana, which is going to hopefully help keep us out in the lanes and keep us where we have mana. And then also going to let us do 10% more spell power for 20 seconds, which is huge. The big things on Li Ming that you don't want to find yourself, you never want to be out of mana, because you might as well just be dead at that point. Our evasion. Okay, so when utilizing Li Ming here, ooh, tag. Oh, come, son of a bitch. I mean, if you're gonna stay there. So using Li Ming in the lane, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are hitting at an angle. You don't want to be straight on to your targets, because you're going to have minions and stuff. Get out of that so Asmo doesn't get a stack and we don't take unnecessary damage. Is you want to have a clear shot at the targets that you're aiming at.
Take control of the shrines.
Oh, if they're pushing in, they're going to be eating some tower damage, which we're all good with. Okay, I am going to go bot, it looks like. Help out Zag.
An ally needs our aid.
Having our Diablo would help. That is absolutely correct. We're going to go ahead and sneak down here.
Capture the shrine.
And go ahead and tag Sylvanas a little bit. Put the fear of God in her. And we're going to go ahead and put some damage on this bottom tower. Help Zag take that out. If they don't come down here, they're going to be in trouble. Ooh.
You dare. If this were easy, everyone would do it.
Can't really go in there too much, because we will get wrecked. Go ahead and pop out on over there. Somebody who isn't all about skill shots comes in. Have Karazim come in here. That'll finish it out. We're gonna go ahead and take this right here.
You shall.
Oh, we missed it by a split second.
Your grave awaits.
Okay, so yeah, so you want to always make sure that when possible, you want to make sure that your shots are going to hit at least something. So if the person that you're aiming at, it happens to move, you want your shots to still run into something, whether that be, you know, minions, a tower, or whatever the case may be. She's got her ult. Yep, we're dead. Not until we get to level 7 and then level 16 can we really combat with a Tracer. Tracer is going to eat us alive because all of our damage comes from our skill shots. And so that's definitely a unique thing about Li Ming, and that's her greatest weakness. So if you're not landing skill shots, you're doing literally nothing for your team. And so when we have somebody like a Tracer who's going to be just maneuvering on us like constantly, it's going to be a very difficult sell for us. That's going to be a solid wall from that Nazebo. He's going to get some good damage on Stitches. Might die from poison damage though. We're going to come up here. Go ahead and make sure that Stitches died for his transgressions there. We're going to come up here, finish out this minion wave. We got minions coming up here, so let's go ahead and throw the magic missiles out there. So this is what I'm talking about. You want to come in at an angle so that you can actually hit as many minions as possible with all of your abilities. At level 7, we are going to take Calamity, which allows us to teleport into our targets, dealing damage. Almost had the damage out on her right there. And we're just going to go ahead and wait for our cooldowns and get more damage in on that bottom tower. He's going to try to hook us, so we're just kind of waiting for that. Huh.
All right then.
Not really trying to hit the Stitches as much. I mean, now I am. I mean, really, he should try to move, but let him miss his hook. We're going to come back here, let this tower do a little bit of this work here. And a step back, throw an orb. And remember, if you are aiming at like minions or whatever, you want to be at the maximum distance that you can be for your orb. I guess I really didn't go over all of our abilities as of yet, so we will go ahead and do that. So our Q ability is called Magic Missile. As you can see, we've been using it consistently here. It shoots off 3 missiles. And depending on where you place it, that's the trajectory that those 3 missiles are going to be firing at. Our W ability is called Arcane Orb, and you see the little markings. There's about 5 different distance markings there. At each distance marking, the orb does more damage. So you want to be hitting your targets at the maximum amount of damage or range that you can to make sure that the damage is as high as you can. So right here, we're going to get maximum damage on that orb to all of those minions, which is going to help us take out that minion wave. We're going to go ahead and finish that off. We're going to take care of this bottom tower, which hopefully is going to get us close to getting level 10s. They're fighting in the mid. We are covering both top and bottom, but they don't have anybody top. So the fact that they are messing around right now in mid, the enemy team, they are missing out on XP. So even though they're getting kills, we're still doing fine in XP because they are not soaking the lane. Level 10, we are going to take Wave of Force. The main reason I take this over over Disintegrate is because of the amount of damage that it's capable of doing. Because it's damage now, whereas Disintegrate is a very good talent to help us clear up with minion waves and do a little bit more siege damage. Wave of Force allows us to have a activatable like boom right here, right now towards our targets, which is our R ability here. So anywhere in this big circle, we throw down basically another circle here, which also deals damage. We're gonna see here, what's that Asmo's health at? I want to come in and help fight on that. Oh, okay. Ah! If we would have had that aimed better, we would have gotten that kill there. Sylvanas is going to stop them from getting the top shrine now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out this bottom tower here. That's not good for Karazim. We're going to step up here, try to give him somebody to teleport to. Dash to me, dash to me. Dashing to me would have been more advantageous for him. I stepped up so that he could. I guess he didn't see me or didn't think of it. We're going to step back because that's a lot for us to be kind of worried about here. Got to watch for that Stitches hook. We don't want to get randomly blind hooked and pulled into 3 other people. Right, so again, we're going to come at an angle here, try to get rid of these minions as much as can. Minions are the bane of Li Ming, because the more minions that you have in your way, the less damage that you have hitting the target, your intended targets. Go ahead and get more and more damage out on these towers.
Stay away.
I want that regen globe. Nice. All right, and so we got our health back. So I don't even think I did it if I mentioned it. Dominance. So at level 4 or 7, we took 4. We took dominance, so that our kills give us 30% of our maximum health back upon killing targets. Level 13, we're gonna take illusionist, which is gonna give us more. Come on. Yeah, I'm trying to help you out, Karazim. Help me help you. So that's another example there. So that Asmo minion just ate that orb. That's a nice 7-sided. Hopefully you can get out after the fact. Go ahead and just do a little bit of damage to all those minions and everybody there. Go ahead and get on that Asmo. Oh no, we need a kill. So if we were able to get one more kill there, we would have been able to get 30% of our health back. Stitch is still going to die. We still won that overall interaction there. We need to make sure that we get these, get the shrines so they don't get the Dragon Knight, which it looks like we're doing. So here I'm going to go do a quick rundown of the talents that I did pick, because I know I kind of missed some of them here. But level 1, we took Power Hungry so that we could do more damage, do more mana. Dominance, so we can get back health when we get a kill or nearby a kill. Calamity, so that our teleport ability does damage. And Wave of Force, which knocks all enemies away from the area and deals damage. And then level 13, we took Illusionist. So that way, if we take 20% or more of our damage in one hit, our teleport cooldown is refunded. That's partially the reason we took it. The other reason we took it is increase the range. So we can do stuff like that. Come on, hit me. Hit me!
I am so good.
Get our cooldown back. He let me grab the Dragon Knight, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some fire out here and do Dragon Knight things. Level 16, we're gonna take Diamond Skin. This lets us get a shield for using our teleport ability, so it allows us to be even more aggressive. We're gonna go bot. We're gonna help out our Nazebo here. That's fine. She pops her teleport already. We're just gonna go ahead and take out both of these towers here. And now we know Tracer doesn't have recall, so we can go ahead and make her at least bail a little bit there. Alright, we need to get out of here, because we are going to be popping out of this soon. Oh. Almost got her with a Wave of Force. So we're just gonna kind of being careful here. Throwing out what damage we can. We can make a turn. If we can get a kill, this fight's gonna go our way in a hurry. Oh no, it hit tab! But as you saw there, we were able to get Tracer, and if I didn't like panic press all the buttons and hit tab, we could have actually probably done a little bit more damage in that entire situation there. If Diablo pushes that, brings Sylvanas over the wall, he needs to disrupt Sylvanas because she is currently shutting down both those towers. There you go, disrupt Sylvanas, and you will do the damage to everybody else just because of the towers doing the damage. But as you saw there, we got the heal back, and then we got our abilities back, but I accidentally hit tab, which pulled up the menu, so I wasn't able to aim like I would have liked to have, because I was just trying to make sure the abilities came out as as we could get them out.
Looks like I won't be dying today.
We're gonna head back to the middle lane to try to get these minions going here. We did a little bit of damage to that keep. We got 2 forts out of that deal, so that was good. Good Dragon Knight, and we got another shrine. Shrines are activating again, so let's go ahead and go in there. Ming is one of the characters, as you can see.
Stay away.
Oh, come on, Nazebo. And damn, I needed the teleport to get back my shield.
Dragon Knight's power.
I should have let Nazebo die. He was pushed way up here. We should have just let him die. But I was trying to be a team player. If we would have been able to get Tracer, it would have been over. They're gonna jack up that Stitches with that 7-sided strike being out there by himself. Trying to be Enrique Iglesias, trying to be everybody's hero all the time. And honestly, we would have gotten away from the Sylvanas had she not gotten the nano boost from the Ana. The nano boost from the Ana is what allowed Sylvanas to do that much damage to us in such a great period of time, as she is a very strong duelist these days since her rework there. While this is going on, I'm going to try to head mid while Nazebo is going towards that shrine. See if we can snake this middle. I don't know. We got these minions, so they know we're there. We're probably going to have an orb coming towards us any second. And time. Alright, we're going to go ahead and avoid this little skirmish here in the mid, because I want to just get value out of this thing on some buildings. So if they go ahead and they skirmish, like in that case, we can go ahead and get all this done. Level 20, we're gonna take Repulsion. Because what this is gonna allow us to do is allow our Wave of Force to push people even further. And it's actually quite humorous how far it pushes them now. We're gonna go ahead and take out this keep. And we're gonna go ahead and get Sylvanas out of here. Just throw down some damage to help take care of those minions. Put this damage on this keep. And we're going to go ahead and try to kill this Sylvanas, because she let us. You know what? We're going to do some damage here to this Asmo too. Yeah, you know what? Let's win? Did we win here? Is that what happens now? Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, I didn't even get a shot for Repulsion. It's so funny. Well, so that was Li Ming. I didn't really get to show off too much of what she can do. I'm kind of sad now. But yeah, so Li Ming, she's a really strong character, especially in team fights where you have other burst damage heroes. Because if you can take down a hero, she can make any fight snowball. There's been ridiculous amounts of Twitch clips and just like other overall hero clips that you see online of Ming's basically doing a 1v5, because it can be done. You get one kill and it can snowball so hard with Ming. So let's go ahead, you know, stat-wise, we did a fair amount of damage, I guess. It didn't feel like, I mean, it really wasn't my best game, but we won, so that's what matters, right? So at level 1, we took Power Hungry. This allowed our regen globes to give us 100% more mana and gave us 10% more spell power for 20 seconds. Helps us stay on the field, and it helps us basically keep up a 10% more spell damage almost all the time. Dominance allowed us to restore 30% of our missing health whenever an enemy hero died next to us. Calamity allowed us to teleport and do damage with our teleport, which is what makes this build really a feast or famine build, because you're teleporting in and trying to do that damage. If you can get that extra damage in, because it basically just gives you a whole nother cooldown to use for damage, you have the opportunity to make those fights go. And the same thing with Wave of Force. That's why we took that instead of disintegrate, so we could have that extra instant damage to hopefully get a kill, or to move people around. And yeah, it's not a ton of damage, but it allows us to be more mobile and get in a whole nother cooldown of damage. And if we get a kill, that's a whole nother cooldown for Wave of Force as well, and it's all instant. And that's the big thing that we want to focus on, because we want to be as bursty as possible in this particular build. At level 13, we took Illusionist, and this made it so that if we lost more than 20% of our health, we got our teleport cooldown instantly refreshed, and it allowed our teleport range to increase by 50%. The range is really the big key of that, because it allows us to teleport over terrain, which you wouldn't typically be able to teleport to. You got to see it as we killed a Sylvanas with that ability as well. Diamond Skin allowed it so that whenever we used our teleport ability, we gained a shield equal to 20% of our maximum health for 4 seconds, which is huge in those team fights. When you get a kill and you have used your teleport, you can then use teleport again, and you can just kind of, not only are you getting the 30% heal from getting the takedown, you're also getting your shield, so that's like 50% more of your health all back. So that's why that's how this build, if you can see, it kind of builds on itself. And then level 20, we took Repulsion, which increased the Wave of Force knockback distance by 150% and increased its cast range by 100%. Now, to show that, I want to actually show that, and I will here momentarily, but before I do, let's talk about one of her other big builds that you see people take a lot of times. So at level 1, most people still take Power Hungry, which allows gods, because of that spell power and the more mana. But then at level 4, you start to see a little bit of a change, whether if you could go into an orb build, so that if the orb hits a target after going at least 50% of its range, the cooldown's reduced by 50%. And orbs can be big damage. So you sometimes see that. Then you'll see Zai's Vengeance, which allows the orb to do more damage from afar. So it increases the damage and increases the distance traveled, plus it reduces the cooldown. So overall, it's a really solid orb upgrade. Now, another thing you'll see is Seeker, where if all of your magic missiles, if 3 magic missiles hit the same target, the third one deals an additional 125 damage. That plays into a magic missile build, which really starts to take shape in the later levels. So at level 13, if you're not going more of a teleport, and say your team is doing well, you can take Glass Cannon. It's a risky talent, but oh man, can it pay off some dividends here. It gives you an additional 15% spell power, but you lose 15% of your maximum health. As you can see, Ming doesn't really have a ton of health, so that's a big trade-off there. Cannoneer, I've never seen anybody really take that. As what it does is it increases your basic attack damage and deals spell damage instead of physical, so it would negate armor kind of deal. Not something that you typically see taken. Now at 16, the more popular talent that I tend to see here is Mirror Ball, which allows 2 more missiles. So basically you fire 5 magic missiles, and because your magic missile cooldown is so low, it allows you to pump out a lot more damage that way. So you couple that with that level 7 talent that increases the damage taken when targets take 3 magic missiles, and that can equal a lot of damage coming out. Level 20, Tal Rasha's Elements is also a really good talent. Where you cycle between utilizing your different skills. As long as you don't use the same skill in a row, you get more spell damage on the next skill, up to 20%. So you would use, magic missiles, then your orb, then, either teleport or your heroic, then use magic missiles, and just constantly keep mixing up the abilities that you're using. And it helps you boost up your damage as long as you keep kind of spreading the love through your abilities. Sometimes you'll see people take Archon Pure Power. I personally hate this talent. So what it does is it puts you in basically an Archon form, allowing you to repeatedly use Disintegrate, which is the other ult, which is great. I mean, it's cool. but you can't use any of your other abilities. So you are a sitting duck for somebody just to attack you at that point. I don't see it too often, but sometimes people do take it. Now, if I did take Disintegrate, a lot of times I'll take Temporal Flux because of the fact that you get that slow off on them. But I wanted to show you, before we wrap it up for today, I wanted to show you that repulsion upgrade at level 20 and how much of a difference it can make in the amount of damage that you can do. All right, so we're level 20. I mean, really, none of this really matters. So we need Wave of Force.
Choose a talent.
I hear you. I'm choosing the talent.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
So this is what that repulsion does. And I know I haven't really shown any of these before, but look at this range. So first off, you got this humongous range. Then it's like, oh, Arthas, brah. And you can launch him at you from so far away that it can be so useful to get in a lot of damage with your team if you can get the follow-up damage with it. So, and same thing, just like, that's a huge knockback range. It's just crazy. Anyways, I really like that talent. It's just a fun one to choose. Does more damage, does a huge knockback. It's fun. So that was Li Ming. And now that Steve just got online, we're gonna go ahead and record this Cho'Gall video, and then that will be our 50% of our heroes will have been done. So yeah, I'm excited. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today, and we'll see you guys all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.